What is up, everybody? Ron with YTC Beats back once again. So before I start this video, I think this video is pretty much just gonna be a beat making video. I've actually taken a little hiatus from actually posting any social media content or making any kind of videos or whatnot, and I think the reasoning for that was the fact that, these past few weeks have been just crazy, man. With the Black Lives Matter movement and the societal issues that, are being brought to the forefront right now, it just didn't feel like the right time and place for me to be posting stuff about my music when, when the grand scheme of things, it's not on that level, not even anywhere close to the level of importance of the straightening out and, bringing to the forefront the police brutality and the inequalities that black people face in this country. I just couldn't, with a clear conscience, be trying to make beats and trying to, get this music out there unless, it had something to do with the movement or any kind of information for people to be taken in and to be learning about why exactly this is happening right now and why so many people are behind this movement, is because there's so much legitimacy to it, and it can't be swept under the rug any longer. So, and I'm just a big proponent of the Black Lives Matter movement and the equal treatment, just human life, by anybody and everybody. So, not just by police, but there is an overwhelmingly clear case that police brutality, especially towards blacks and people of color, is just, it's really prevalent in the U.S. and judging by the protests around the world, it's probably prevalent there too. It's just a matter of people having biases towards other people, and I don't think it's ever justified. That was why I had to take a break from making videos and posting this stuff on social media, because I just had such a heavy heart and a heavy mind, and there was so much stuff going on in my mind, and there was no way that I can kind of put this stuff out there for people to enjoy when I felt like it wasn't a time to be enjoying. It was a time it was a time of awareness. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was a time to become aware of the stuff that's really going on. And, I think something that really ticked me off was, a lot of these producer guys on YouTube and, on the social media channels that, that are just on the come up, not necessarily just on the come up, but they're, from the younger generation. Kind of got me ticked off that they just kept on moving like, nothing was happening. For me, that's a total slap in the face to what they're doing, because they're making a living and profiting off of black culture, and for them kind of to keep going just for the sake of their I guess their momentum and their kind of reputation, it just didn't make sense to me, and I kind of lost a lot of respect for a lot of the people that I was following on YouTube and Twitter. It's just, you have a voice in this game. You should be paying your respects to the people who allowed you to be doing what you're doing for a living, and what I'm assuming that you love to be doing. So, for people just to keep going on, putting out videos like nothing's happening, it just rubbed me the wrong way. And this culture is a black culture. So, I mean, if you're out here making beats on YouTube and out here, making these short clips on Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, I mean, you owe black people that respect, and you owe black people that right to bring that knowledge forth upon your followers, especially if, especially because I've seen, a lot of these guys have a large following. I mean, it's really your duty, if you're making hip hop beats or anything, any music in general. I mean, it comes from black culture. But if you're doing that and you have a large following, it's your duty to kind of tell your followers and educate them on where you stand and where you should be standing. Because if you're not, then you're just pretty much raping the game, and I'd lose all respect for all of these guys. I'm not gonna name any names, but it just got me a little ticked off, just because I feel really strongly about this. But with that being said, I am back. Kind of had a lot of time to reflect and think, and I made a lot of creative things to kind of channel my frustrations and my aggressions, and reflections at the same time. So it's been a lot of creative work to get my mind in the right spot, to get me back to where I feel comfortable kind of making content again, and putting it out there. But make no mistake that the Black Lives Matter movement is still in the forefront. I don't think it should ever die down. It should just keep going strong until we see some real change in this country and in this world, because we definitely need it right now for the mental health, the physical health, and the well-being of pretty much everybody, man. I think everybody's in a different, sometimes a dark place right now. So I think we all need to keep fighting the good fight and keep trying to make this world a better place, as cheesy as it sounds. No justice, no peace, equality for all. We're all human beings in the end. So with that being said, I think we're gonna make a beat. I think we're gonna chop something up, and let's get right to it. All right, here we are, back at the home base. Let's do this. Blank screen. Let's go find something on Splice that we can chop up and throw some beats to. One thing I've been doing a lot lately, even though I haven't been putting out any videos or anything on social media, I've still been making music. One thing I've been doing a lot of is using the count drums. And if you haven't checked out his drums yet, you're losing out. You're missing out. Go check him out. You can find him on Twitter. He has his drum kit links up there. But holy shit, like, I've been using it on every single track I've been making. So if you like real just thick drums, it's just crazy. So I'll probably use them in this beat as well. But with that being said, let's see if we can get a loop in here. Alternative hip hop. Let's see if we can find a loop that we could chop up. I like that. Let's keep looking. Ooh. Wow. That kind of sounds like. Is that beat nuts? I don't know, but I think let's not second guess ourselves. Let's get it. It's at my favorite BPM, which is 85. So let's get it. So this will work perfect for my style beat. What we're gonna do is, I keep forgetting that Logic has the new sampler. So I'm so used to chopping it up manually. What I'm gonna do is use their quick sampler, and I'm gonna drag this beat on. All right, cool. And what we're gonna do is, hop this in the Slice, As you can tell, slice this shit up a lot, but we are gonna turn the sensitivity down to where yeah, it's I kind of want to get those first ones in, so we're gonna leave it right there. We're just gonna pick and choose. Another thing that I like to do is change the samples to the white keys. Ooh. And yeah, the other thing is switching this to mono, because I don't like the sample, unless I want the sample to overlay on each chop to overlay on top of each other. I just turn it to mono. But see, I think we need to move one of these to like maybe here. And that's F. I like that, but that back. See, and I mean, I think one of the crazy things about the quick sampler is that it's usually pretty on point when where it makes its chops. All right, let's what shall we do? I am going to. So now that we got that, I'm gonna label this as our loop. I am going to try to create a groove that I can follow and play along to. We are going to bring in the count. So, all I have to do is click in my user patches and pop. So all I had to do is click on my user patches, bring up the count kit, and boom, we are all loaded up. If you want to know how to do that and how you saw how quick and easy it was, if you want to learn how to do that, I have that in one of my other YouTube videos. Go check that out. I'll leave the card up, somewhere in the top left or the top right. But yeah, you can go check that out. So now all right, let's get a groove. I'm gonna hit the metronome, and then all right, we could rock with this sample here. All right, so I don't think I need to. This loop is kind of throwing me off. So I'm just gonna try to go off the metronome here. Missed that first one. All right, we're gonna keep that. And We're gonna add the hi-hats right now. 2, 3, 4. All right. So yeah, lately I've been trying to just play in my drum sounds just so they can have a more natural feel to it. And it's a little off, but I just keep it. All right. So now that we got, some semblance of a drum track and a drum groove, let's see what we can work with this loop. As usual, you missed the first one, so let's run it back. Just choose both of those, hit J, and join them up to make them one, section. So I'm gonna play around with this sound of this loop, and I've been playing around with this. I've been playing around with a lot with this lately. Is using the LFO in the quick sampler to control the cutoff. So all you got to do is just choose the filter cutoff, and this kind of opens and closes. It just gives you like some kind of dynamics to the sound, kind of like a opening and shutting it. A little bit of movement, and then you could choose the rate, manually by hertz, or you can actually go to, by beat or note. So quarter note, if you want it to be on the beat. Actually, like that. Kind of like a homemade warble. Yeah, I like that. All right, cool. So let's see what we gonna do now. I always like to add some keys or something like that. Unfortunately, when it comes to the music, my broke ass can only afford, a few sets of sounds, but you make do with what you got. And probably the best piano that I got is the Gentleman. in Contact, in the Contact player here. Um, and it looks like the loop is in G major. So, so the only note that's not on the white keys is the F sharp. So, if you don't know music theory, you could pretty much play whatever you want on the white keys, and you'll still be in the key of G major, except for the F sharp. So, G major, minor, A minor. All right, let's just play around with it. Stop it. So I think we got a pretty decent start here. So yeah, I mean, I think we have, decent start here. Let's play this again. So yeah, I think this is a pretty good start here. Probably the next thing that I'm gonna hop on is the bass line, and then after that's done, I mean, the meat and potatoes is really the meat of the beat. Pause. So the the main part of the beat is pretty much all done. And then after that, I'll probably go into more of the mixing part, because I think right now it may not sound all that great. But one thing that I have learned, in making beats, was that the mixing process actually can make it sound a lot better. So I think I've been kind of evolving and getting my ear to listen to the sounds and the beat in the beginning, and it may not sound so great, but then I know that once I level everything off and make sure that the sounds that need to be heard are heard, it definitely makes a difference in how the beat sounds. So I mean, if you think you have something really good in the beginning, don't just kind of trash it just because you're listening to it and it's like, I don't know. Try to go through the mixing process and see if some of the sounds are too loud or too prominent, and you could duck them down, or the sounds that are really dope. Because so for instance, with this beat, I think the piano really needs to come out a little bit more, so that way I can probably EQ more of the mids and give it a little boost for the piano, and kind of bring it down in the loop, and that way it'll become a little bit more balanced sonically. So So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna have to cut this short because batteries are dying, computer is lagging. But I promise you, maybe I'll create a follow up to this video with the finished beat and the bass line and all the mixing stuff that I did. Just wanted to put something out there. I just wanted to get back to making content. It does feel good, but I definitely do not want to forget about the more important stuff that's going on. So if you guys haven't done anything to support the Black Lives Matter movement, or anything with everything going on, please check the link in my description. I'm gonna be including the link to their page of links, where you can do everything from sign petitions. If you can't go out and protest, you can go to their links and you can sign petitions. If you haven't registered to vote, you can actually register to vote. There's a lot of different resources that you can go to their site and check out and learn for yourself. Educate yourself, help other people. So I'll leave that link in the description. It feels really good to be making content again, but again, really don't want us to slip back into being spectators in this. So with that being said, Black Lives Matter, the black culture matters. I love to do this, and I wouldn't be who I am without black culture. So please do what you can, make a change, make moves, do something. Hopefully I'll finish this beat for you guys and you guys can check it out and enjoy it. Yeah, like I said, let's be better, y'all. Let's be better every single day. If we all do that, we'll be in a better place tomorrow. So with that being said, Ron with YTC Beats, I'm signing off. Peace.